Breastfeeding can save the lives of especially premature babies from life-threatening infections. But what if a mother is unable to breastfeed?
Sasa nilishikwa na stress, hata sikuwa na weza toa maziwa ya kutosha.
And that is the most reason why the preterm babies don't make it.
The Pumwani Maternity Hospital Human Milk Bank is, however, changing that narrative. Meet the mothers donating their milk to save lives.
Wanafurahia sana. Wanaweza kuwa mama mwingine, yani naweza itwa mama na watoto wengi.
Join Marie Yambo for this special feature, The Milk of Life, this Saturday at 7 and 9 p.m. only on KBC Channel 1.
It is now a year since we started investigating Mr. Soloshi.
You'll have to go out of town and lay low for a while.
Do you know that guy who's wanted by Interpol? That's Baduza.
Oh yes, and that's how he was found. Dead.
We're emailing you something big.
You absolutely need to get out of here.
If only we got that tape.
You won't and will never bring me down.
It's like a brother to me. Can't believe it.
The nation's favorite shows, Breakfast Club, Sundowner, Yours for the Ad, KBC English Service, KBC English Service.
Good evening, I'm Fayyaz Qureishi with the Legends Edition on KBC Channel 1. Stay tuned for our Living Legends segment. Our guest tonight is volleyball coach Paul Bitok, who led Kenya to the Olympics after an absence of 16 years. And our sign language interpreter for tonight's edition is Lucy Mwaura. First, a quick look at the highlights for tonight's bulletin. ODM leader Raila Odinga in Bungoma as Deputy President William Ruto pitches tent in Nakuru. Helping reduce child mortality, breast milk bank embraced by tens of mothers. And in sports, Ulinzi Starlets crowned champions of the inaugural FKF Women's Cup. Welcome back. Orange Democratic Party leader Raila Odinga has dismissed claims that he neglected Western Kenya region after the handshake with President Uhuru Kenyatta. Raila says the developmental record of the region has been on an upward trajectory since independence. Here is Kamche Menza with the details.
Former Prime Minister Raila Odinga was on Saturday in Bungoma County. Odinga taking the opportunity to pacify the Western region, refuting claims that ODM was in government following the 2018 handshake.
Handshake haikuleta sisi kama NASA au ODM kwa serikali. Sisi tuko nje ya serikali. Mbona vile wamefanya?
Raila defending developments outside the region.
Kule Kisumu, bandari imetengenezwa Kisumu, ilikuwa inaweza sio kutengenezwa Kisumu. Maana yake hakuna maji Kakamega, hakuna maji Bungoma hapa. Hiyo bandari ya Kisumu ni zamani ilijengwa na wasungu zamani.
Odinga, who was accompanied by, among other leaders, Kotu Secretary General Francis Atwoli and Kakamega Governor Wycliffe Oparanya, said he was on course to bring change in the country.
Ambaye inakuja sasa ni mapinduzi ya 3.
Tarehe 31 itakuwa siku ya Ijumaa mwezi wa Disemba. Tutakuwa kule Buhungu, Kakamega. Hata hapa nitaleta basi. Wale wanaotaka viti hapa pia watatoa buses zao.
Na zitaki nyinyi mpaki nyuma watu wa Bungoma. Kakamega tutaamua, kule Busia tumeamua, Vihiga naona wanapambaika, lakini matepeni ndio wengi kule.
Raila is expected to visit the northeastern region on Sunday. Kamchemenza for the Legends edition.
Deputy President William Ruto says Kenyans should not entertain politics of hate from leaders. Speaking at Ngata Farm in Nakuru, Ruto said he is committed to the development and stability of the country. He said this can be achieved by changing the course of the country's politics to one that is anchored on the empowerment of millions of ordinary people.
Deputy President William Ruto, in an engagement with small-scale traders, grassroots leaders and opinion sharers at Ngata Farm in Nakuru County, said he was committed to furthering the stability of the country.
Usikubali kuletewa siasa ya chuki. Tulishapita hiyo kiwango. Wale walifikiria ya kwamba watatutega, wasambaratishe Jubilee, ndio tukose chama ya kuunganisha wa Kenya. Mungu ametusaidia, tuko na chama ya UDA, tutaunganisha taifa letu la Kenya, na Mungu atatusaidia, tutatengeneza serikali ijayo.
Leaders accompanied by area senator warned Kenyans to be wary of leaders deceiving them that review of the constitution through the Building Bridges initiative is the solution for counties.
Lazima musimame hii siasa ya kudanganya watu, kutumia watu, na sisi, I want to say it here from Nakuru. The contest has been defined.
Na nyinyi wote wenye mko hapa, this is the Hustler Nation Foundation. Yetu sio ile ya billionaires. Na mheshimiwa Deputy President akiongea, I'm sure atatuambia under that vision of bottom up economic model atatusaidia vipi, kwa sababu nimemsikia akisema tutapata pesa every constituency.
But the last thing we want is a peaceful, united and prosperous nation.
The Deputy President later addressed wananchi in Nakuru town. Earlier in the day, Ruto was in Murang'a County for the launch of a local television station.
Exclusive breastfeeding has been proven to be one of the best ways of providing abundant and easily absorbed nutrients and live antibodies from mother to child. But what if a mother cannot produce breast milk? Well, a revolutionary idea at the Pumwani Maternity Hospital is bridging the gap, saving the lives of thousands of newborn babies. KBC's Marie Yambo spent some time with donors and beneficiaries of the Human Milk Bank and sought to know how it operates.
The largest maternity hospital in Kenya, Pumwani Maternity Hospital, is probably the busiest, delivering over 60 babies each day. It is here that I find Mary Awor, a mother of 4, who recently delivered preterm twins, Elizabeth Agatha and Maria.
Vile nilikuwa huko Nazari, nilikuwa na maziwa ya kutosha. Sasa vile nilianza stress, nikukumbuka mambo za nyumbani, watoto wenye wako kwa nyumba. Bwana pia hana kazi, hawezi enda kazi vizuri, juu ako na watoto wengine. Sasa nilishikwa na stress, hata sikuwa na weza toa maziwa ya kutosha watoto wawili.
Luckily for Mary, the hospital is equipped with a human milk bank supplied by mothers just like her.
Sasa nilikaa for 2 days kama sijakubali nipewe hiyo maziwa. Sasa hiyo siku nilikuwa napewa maziwa, watoto walikuwa na njaa sana. Nikasema wacha tu niende nichukue hii maziwa. Juu kama wamama wengine wanachukua hii maziwa na watoto wako wako sawa, si mimi pia niende nichukue hii maziwa, inaweza saidia watoto wangu.
Preterm babies are more susceptible to infections that could prove fatal, but which can be prevented through breastfeeding. Kezia Njao is a nurse and counselor at the newborn unit.
Preterm babies are the ones who are exposed to a bowel condition that is called neck. The bowel movement is affected, and that is the most reason why the preterm babies don't make it.
Does it mean anybody can come and donate, or where do you get your donors from?
So basically our donors are inpatient mothers are the ones who donate the milk. And it's a completely voluntary service.
Sadia Fataha was once a beneficiary but now donates to the bank.
Unakuja kudonate tena?
Wamama wengine unazaa, unarusha mtoto, anaenda anaokotwa, saa analetwa hapa. Kuletwa hapa unajua kuna mama wa kumpea maziwa. Ile hati na kushika sana, unapata unakuja unadonate maziwa. Wanafurahia sana. Wana zinaweza kuwa mama mwingine, yani anaweza itwa mama na watoto wengi.
After collection in sterilized bottles, the milk is labeled for ease of tracking before it undergoes quality control and assurance process to ensure it is safe for consumption. The milk can be preserved for up to 3 months for preterm milk and 6 months for term milk.
So then how do you know how much to prescribe? You know, I understand you prescribe it just the way you can prescribe medicine.
The clinician will calculate the baby's feeds according to the baby's weight. And from there, we are able to know how much to give the baby.
The human milk bank is just one of the measures to reduce the number of infants dying in the first 28 days of life. The neonatal death rate in the country stands at 22 deaths in every 1,000 live births as per the 2014 Kenya Demographic and Health Survey. The aim is to reduce the infant death rate to 10 per 1,000 live births by 2035. For Mary and other mothers, they cannot be any happier than seeing their babies grow healthy and strong.
Sasa vile walianza kunipea hiyo maziwa, watoto walianza kuongeza kilo. Juu niliingia hapa kwa KMC, first twin alikuwa na 1.2 na second twin alikuwa na 900 grams. Sasa vile nilianza kupewa hiyo maziwa, naona change. Wameongeza kilo, first twin sasa yako 1.5, huyo mwingine ako 1.3.
Maria Ambo reporting for the Legends edition.
$298 people have tested positive for COVID-19 in the last 24 hours from 6,451 samples screened. According to the Ministry of Health, the youngest case is a 3-month-old baby and the oldest is 102 years. The positivity rate is now at 4.6%. So far, Kenya has recorded a total of 250,023 cases from over 2.5 million tests. In the last 24 hours, 399 patients have been given a clean bill of health, pushing total recoveries to 242,227. The fatalities have increased to 5,131 after 3 patients succumbed to the disease, all of them being late deaths reported after conducting facility record audits in the month of September. Globally, more than 234.4 million people have been infected and over 4.79 million others have lost the battle, according to Johns Hopkins University. The Ministry of Environment and Environment and Forestry is implementing a multi-agency national tree growing campaign that seeks to actualize the presidential directive to increase and maintain forest cover at 10%. 2 billion seedlings should be planted for the country to achieve the target. At the launch of the 7th year Laudato Si journey in Kenya, Principal Secretary in the Ministry of Environment and Forestry, Dr. Chris Kiptoo, said among others, agriculture, settlements and other infrastructure developments are major hindrances to reforestation.
As well, we'll be petitioning to have the Eco Court through the ICC based in Nairobi so that governments become accountable.
We are pushing ourselves to go to 10% tree cover. We are currently at 7.2. Our scientists have estimated that for us to reach 10%, we need to plant and take care of them at least 2 billion seedlings.
The government, in partnership with various peace-building stakeholders, have begun a psychosocial program to rehabilitate hundreds of women in the troubled Kerio Valley who have been widowed following persistent conflicts in the area. Those who have been disinherited will also get legal aid support at no cost.
In the troubled Kerio Valley, women bear the scars of conflict. Their husbands killed by the bandits' bullet.
Walipigwa marasasi mara 3, lakini Mungu alisaidia. Lakini siku ya micho walipigwa akaoa, kabaki huko hata sijachika yeye.
These widows of conflict have now been left with only fond memories of their spouses.
Tulilima shamba zaidi ya 30 acres. Hilo shamba kweli hiyo melon ilitokezea kabisa. Na tulichunga hiyo tukalima tukapewa dawa tunafuatia kila kitu, lakini wakati melon imekuwa tayari, mzee alikuwa anataka kuenda kutoa tuweke kwa gari, mzee akaenda Nairobi kuleta gari.
The government, in partnership with local peace stakeholders, has begun a psychosocial program.
In most instances, widows are being disinherited. When the demarcation is happening, where there was a widow living on that land, then it is registered in someone else's name and the woman and her children are left landless. So these are issues that we are picking out and working with various agencies, including the Ministry of Land and County Government.
And we also have issues like cultural and structural violence, and this we see especially against the women and the girls. And now with COVID, we've seen cases rising of cultural and structural violence against women and girls.
Over 200 widows drawn from Turkana, Pokot and Elgeyo Marakwet counties have been drafted. Purity Museo, The Legends Edition.
Mbeere South Member of Parliament Geoffrey Kingangi has called on the Embu County Government to supplement the National Government Constituency's Development Fund bursary kitty to benefit more learners from underprivileged backgrounds. Kingangi noted that economic hardships occasioned by the COVID-19 pandemic has seen the number of applicants in his constituency double this year. Here are the details of this and other stories in our County News Roundup.
Speaking at Kiritiri Market when disbursing bursaries worth 17 million shillings, Mbeere South MP Geoffrey Kingangi said many families in the area are struggling financially due to COVID-19 disruptions.
Tunaomba kama ni county wakipeana, wajaribu kupeana ndio supplement hiyo. Na wapeane wiki hii, manake watoto sasa ni wameenda holiday ya 1 week. In a week's time, watakuwa merudi shule.
In Nairobi, members of the Shona community in Kenya have received the final certificate of registration, granting them recognition as citizens. On December 12, 2020, the Shona community was formally recognized following a decree by President Uhuru Kenyatta. The Shonas arrived in Kenya in 1959 from Zimbabwe as Christian missionaries.
My government, and including my president, really appreciates this. This shows compassion. This shows humaneness. This shows that we are one people.
That Zimbabwe will also have dual citizenship
Mkishapasa passports yenu, mufanye hiyo safari na mutambulike hata huko ili muwe na citizenships ya nchi mbili.
In Meru, a police officer from Lare Police Station, Igembe North Sub-County, is nursing a cut on his left hand after being injured by a suspect he had gone to arrest. According to the OCS Lare Police Station Ezra Sambu, the incident happened when 3 police officers had gone to the home of the suspect to arrest him for stealing cattle.
Mtu kama ni mhalifu akubali tu ajisalimishe kwa polisi, ndio kama ni kustakiwa astakiwe, lakini hii ya kusema hata shikwa na kuleta furuku, hiyo hatuwezi kubali, tutamfuatilia mpaka tumshike.
In Nairobi, second-hand vehicle dealer Autoparks has started operations banking on loyalty program and after-sales program to drive its business.
We are offering you with the cars that have been inspected and serviced. This means that any part that is damaged, we are going to replace it for you. And this is a value added on. You are not able to get this with the normal second-hand cars that are in the market.
A family in Kasarani, Nairobi is appealing to well-wishers to help them raise 5 million shillings to enable their 6-month-old daughter undergo a liver transplant in India. Baby Mitchell Kadzo Katama was born with a liver condition known as biliary atresia and requires urgent liver transplant to save her life.
Suffers from a rare liver disorder and has a history of jaundice since birth.
Pofika miezi mitatu tulianza kuona dalili za kuwa macho yake yalikuwa yako yellow. Tukampeleka hospitali, akafanywa vipimo, bilirubin tests zikaonyesha kuwa zilikuwa very high. Daktari akasema tuende na yeye Kijabe, akaenda akafanywa upasuaji lakini haukufaulu.
The family has made numerous trips to hospital seeking treatment and are now calling for help.
Baada kama mwezi mmoja hivi madaktari wakasema kuwa suluhu ambayo limebaki pekee ni kufanyiwa liver transplant ambayo ina cost around 5 million.
Michelle's mother, who is the donor, lost her source of income due to the current COVID-19 pandemic. Donations to assist baby Michelle can be channeled through M-Pesa pay bill number 8042975, account Michelle, or Cooperative Bank account number 011-6704-553800.
Baby Michelle is only 6 months old. Extremely sad situation. Let's all donate generously. And now we'll take a short break. In the meantime, stay tuned for our Living Legends segment. Our guest tonight is volleyball coach Paul Bitok, who led Kenya to the Olympics after an absence of 16 years. Stay with us.
Ili kupata sikiza tune hii ya heshima, bonyeza *811*817 hash.
Ukiwa mtu wa heshima, utaheshimiwa. Ukiwa mtu wa kupeana, nawe utapewa. Ukiwa wewe ni wa kudharau wengine, utadharauliwa. Ukiwa wa chuki, malipo ni yale yale. Ikiwa wewe ni mtu wa haramu, vile vile itakupata tu. Na kama wewe ni mtu wa kushauri kwa hekima, hautawahi kosa. Kama we ni mtu wa watu.
Ili kupata sikiza tune hiyo ya heshima, kama sikiza tune yako, bonyeza *811*817 hash, *811*817 hash.
I'm
sorry please. Umaanisha nini ukisema there's a few changes?
Ujue mambo yashafika mwisho. Sawa mwanangu, chafu ya lemba.
Chafu ya lembe.
Chafu ya lemba?
Chafu ya lembe.
Unaona mazungumzo ni kama hayo bwana. Hayo ndio mazungumzo ya kuongea. Si mambo vita, sijui kupigana. Ya nini bwana?
Yaani tamani kama ni mimi vile. Usijali, basi usinisifu sana.
Welcome back. Tonight on the Living Legends segment, we speak to a man who was drafted into the national team aged 19, took the chance to play his sport professionally when it was deemed impossible and led Kenya to the Olympics after a 16-year wait. We speak with volleyball coach Paul Bitok. Paul, welcome. It's an extreme pleasure to have you here tonight with us. First and foremost, don't you think you should have been a basketball player? With being 7 foot, what attracted you to volleyball?
Yes, I come from a village called Simat. It is known in sports, especially in athletics, because we have big athletes in this area. That is Aspel Kibrov, late Pets, and many others.
Big names.
Big names, yeah. But me, myself, I didn't school in Simat because my brother was headmaster in another area. So I couldn't start sports as early as I could have done it. But when I joined Kapsa Boys, that's when they recruited me to basketball. But I was not interested much because I didn't have any skill of basketball. I started playing volleyball using different facilities, which in basketball was very difficult to have it in our village. We didn't have the courts, we didn't have any facility at all. Though my height was that good to play basketball.
Yeah, I guess at that point in time, the infrastructure wasn't there.
Yeah, it's even until now, they still have that challenge because it's expensive to have a basketball court or those balls from basketball. Yeah.
So you first started off club volleyball that was for KCB and Telkom.
Yes.
So that was your first kind of professional transition?
Yes, I could say so, because after coming from the school, I joined Post and Telecommunication, where we participated in African Championship. And during this time, KCB also offered me a good job. So I end up again moving from Telecom to KCB. And from KCB also, I managed to help KCB to be African, I think, 3rd position in Africa. And from there, we proceed to professional level because my level was really improving day by day. So I got a chance to play as a professional player. I was the first Kenyan man to participate or to play as a professional player, where I played for 4 years before proceeding to Europe, where I played with the Zagreb club, and that is in Croatia.
You were drafted into the national team at age 19.
Yes, I would like to thank the Vice President, that is Charles Nyamberi. He brought us from school when they noticed that there were 2 young and tall guys. It's me and someone who retired from Kisii, and being in the national team at 19 years old, playing with older men of 36 years, 30 years, it was not easy, but I took that chance and I didn't look back again.
So your transition then at a professional level, which was volleyball in Tunisia and Croatia from 2003, which at that point in time was deemed impossible. You were the first Kenyan that actually transitioned internationally in volleyball.
Yes, it was not very easy because we didn't have managers or agents to help us at that time, or someone to advise us what to do. I remember when we went to Tunisia for the African Club Championship, and I was given a chance to go and have tests before signing with the Rades Sportive Club in Tunis. After having the test, it was very difficult for someone to advise me because we didn't have anyone. if I could take the professional as a player or come back to continue working with KCB, because I was an employee for KCB. And because I didn't have any advisors, and I had to struggle. And when I came back to Kenya, I took chance to go and explain the boss of KCB, who was in charge of sports, why I should go out to play as professional. And I thank them because they gave me the chance, and I played for 3 years before moving to another country.
You first started off with KCB as their coach. You'd also been their player, and now you were their coach. And you won the African Club Championship in 2006, and you'd just been their coach for a year, which was fantastic.
Yes, what I can say is that after being a good professional player, I learned a lot in Tunis and also in Europe when I was playing with Zagreb. And after coming back, I think it was not the right time for me to retire, but there was a condition from the bank by then that you choose between playing or continue working with KCB. And this time I decided to remain in Kenya, and I didn't have again that feeling of playing as a local player, so I decided to stop and to start a career as a coach. And this is the time now that KCB approached me and gave me a chance to be a coach. But before, I had to study and to become, to attend some courses with FIVB and also international courses.
To get the professional certification.
Certificate, at least to be sure and to have that confidence that I'm now ready coach to go. And that's how I came to be the coach for the women KCB.
And of course, you won the Africa Games title with the Malkia Strikers.
Yes,
which was amazing.
What I can say after that, I went again to study diploma in sports science in Hungary. And when I came back now, that's when the other companies and clubs approached me, including a club in Rwanda, APR. And that's when I changed and I had a transition now again as a professional coach.
Yeah, now this is very interesting because you left Kenya and went to Rwanda, and you were there for 10 years.
Yes, I wish.
Set up the country's volleyball structure, and the growth there is being felt to date.
Yes.
They love you in Rwanda.
Yes.
And were in tears when you left them.
It was so sad.
It was absolutely amazing what you did for Rwanda, starting from scratch, and you took them to an amazing level.
Yes.
And they miss you immensely, I believe.
I can't say much about Rwanda because it's emotional. You went there when they didn't have good volleyball. We were 6 professional coaches who signed with the Rwandan Ministry of Sports in different sports, that is football, volleyball, basketball, and various sports. So we were 6. As one coach from Brazil, one coach from Serbia, Croatia, and America for basketball, football. And we signed a contract. But myself, I refused to sign a contract with the national team senior, but I signed with the junior. And I was different from the other coaches who signed with the Rwandan federations coaching the senior. So it took me 3 years to prepare the team, which won another 5 years later. And those coaches who signed with the senior team directly, no one remained in Rwanda after 8 months, because all of them failed to achieve what they were given as a target. But myself, I accepted to work with the youth and junior with a certain target, especially Rwanda wanted to be top 3 in Africa with the youth and junior, and this is what it was achievable.
I love your approach. You know, goals can't be achieved overnight.
Yeah, and that is why I remained there for 10 years, rather than I could promise
So you
Rwanda.
work on it?
Yeah, I worked on it. I formed excellence centers in different regions in Rwanda. And I was there myself, being in those areas, and it was very difficult for those European coaches to go and live in a village like what I was doing in Rwanda. And I achieved this because of what I sacrificed, and I accepted to start with schools before coming now to the qualifiers for the World Championship in the youth and junior. And I want to tell you that I participated, being the first sub-Saharan country to win and to qualify for the World Championship and World Cup in those categories.
That's a lot of passion, compassion and determination.
It's really a passion.
I love that about you.
Yeah. You see, also, I achieved more in beach volleyball in Rwanda because immediately when I started the beach volleyball in Rwanda, I started with this youth and junior. And we won in those categories from youth, junior, and the same players. We came and become African champion. And also qualify for the Commonwealth Games and World Championship with the senior, with the same players which I started when they were 18 years. So this is how Rwanda achieved a lot with me.
Fantastic. Yeah. Now, a further transition. Yeah. You led the Malkia Strikers to the Olympics by defeating Cameroon in 2019. It broke a 16-year wait for Kenya. Yeah. First of all, of course, very emotional. Yeah. And the reasons to come back, because I'm sure you wanted to give back to Kenya. That patriotism, that nationalism, and do something for volleyball in Kenya. And you did it. 16-year wait. Finally, you took us to the Olympics.
You know, I didn't know that I'm coming back again to coach here in Kenya after my career in Rwanda. I wanted to stop and to have other career for myself. But reaching here, Kenya had lost the African Cup of Nations in Egypt. And they had a coach from Finland. Federation asked me if I could help them to go for the African Cup, all African Games. And this is the time I remember that I can still serve a nation. And I went with the team, and that was the first time Kenya came back to beat Cameroon. So we won all African Games, and immediately we qualified per ranking to the World Cup. We met again after 1 month with Cameroon, and I beat them. And then they put a lot of money to host the qualifiers for the Olympics. And 6 months later, we meet in Yaoundé for the qualifying for the Olympics. And that is after 16 years, Kenya qualified for the Olympics. So I'm proud of myself and my team for accepting to give me that chance, because I didn't know that one day I will be a coach in the Olympics. So
we're all extremely proud.
Yeah,
you actually finally took the Kenyan volleyball team and put them on the world map by going to the Olympics.
Yes, and we still have a lot to achieve. And as I told you a few weeks ago, we were in Rwanda, and we have a new team. We have a young team now, preparing them so that in 2024 we don't fail again, not qualifying for the Olympics in 2024 in Paris.
Rwanda must be supporting Kenya because of you. Right. Now, quick one. You also give very good advice to your players in terms of financial prudence, how to go about their lives and what to do in terms of money management. That's one aspect. And of course, my final question to you before we end this interview tonight: what needs to be done to lift the standards of men's volleyball in Kenya? And what are your future?
Yeah, about the Kenyan men's team, I really appreciate what they did in Rwanda. They went with a young team, and Federation brought in 2 senior coaches to come and help the coach who was there, that is Tarus. We had Lungau, who has been on the women's side, and we have also Sam Mulinga. They came in and helped this team, and they achieved a lot. It was their first time to beat Egypt in Rwanda. That is 2 weeks ago. Right. It's only the calculation didn't work well for Kenya, because Cameroon were beaten by Egypt and Kenya was knocked out. But the achievement we could see, and they have a good future. And I think
so. There is progress.
There is good progress at the moment. Federation should give chance to men. I know they have been giving more chance to the women, because they are sure that they will qualify.
The women are shining.
They are always shining. So if they are given,
they've got a very good men to teach them what to do.
Yeah, if they give them equal chances to participate in many competitions, I think they will achieve this in the near future. Yeah. About financial, I think what I have been doing, especially when I started my career as a coach, I even lived with many players in my home. and some of them now they are in US, they are studying, and some are employed in different companies, whereby I brought them to Nairobi and helped them. But financially, I always think about the future of these players. What will happen after sport?
It's very true, because sport is very short-lived.
Yeah, and I will give you an example.
In the 30s, it's all, you'll be, fading away.
Sure. I will give you an example. When I was in Rwanda, I had 2 young girls who started with me when they were 18 years old. So in Rwanda, when you win, there is a certain amount, equivalent to 500,000 when you win African title, or Zone 5, you get 300,000. We could put all this money together and we buy land for them to remember after. It was a condition from me that I'm going to give them my money only if they are going to buy the land. And I knew also that when we have this kind, then I will have more resources, and I will have also contract for myself for another 2 years. And we succeeded. And now they are very stable. They have land. They have houses in Rwanda.
That's very impressive. Commendable, actually.
Yeah. What I'm doing now with the national team, we have meetings. Sometimes it's very difficult to convince them to put the money together. But in my club, we are contributing a certain amount, and then after we take the loan from KCB, whereby we buy land and subdivide with them, so that they will have something after sports. And yesterday we had Color Night by Tusker, and for those ones who participate in the Olympics, National Olympic Committee, they are bringing in now professionals to come and teach us and give us advice on how to do with financial. So I think we are now doing very well.
On the right track. And your future plans before we wind up?
Yes, my future is really tricky, because I still have a lot to offer as a coach, but I see that if I go to a certain position, especially in the leadership position, I can give more to Kenya Volleyball Federation. So hoping that next year we have the election, I would like to fight for one of the positions to help Kenya in the leadership, and I want to finish my career as a player, coach, and also as a member of executive.
And I wish you all the best.
Thank you so
Paul
much.
Bitok, thank you very much. You've been a fabulous guest.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
On that note, we bring to an end our interview segment of The Living Legends.
The most powerful story of all time continues to shape our world.
He will lead us to a new home. He has promised descendants as numerous as the stars.
Helps define who we are, how we live, how we love, how we struggle and overcome. This is the Bible.
Ovarian cancer is a cancer that affects women.
Sometimes the ovaries can be part of what we call adhesions. If a woman has had prior surgery, that would cause a blockage in the migration of the eggs into the fallopian tube.
How do we prevent or say control, ovarian cancer?
By change of health-seeking behavior, you can be able to pick it early and save your life.
Good evening and a big welcome to the sports segment of the Legends edition this Saturday evening. In our highlights tonight of the sports segment, Ulinzi Starlets crowned champions as Kenyan athletes gear up for the London Marathon set for tomorrow. On the locals in hockey, 5-a-side kicks off, and on the EPL, Chelsea go top after their win. Ulinzi Starlets are the champions of the inaugural FKF Women Cup after beating Vihiga Queens 2-1 in the final played at the Nakuru Showground. Vihiga Queens now shift their focus to the CAF Women Champions League to be played in Egypt next month. Barclay Feather with a story.
After lifting the Sekafa title, Vihiga Queens faced Ulinzi Starlets in the FKF Women Final, hoping to lift yet another title before traveling to Egypt for the CAF Champions League. But they began the game on the wrong foot, conceding just before half-time, before leveling the score as they looked to turn the game around. But all was in vain as the Queens conceded again to lose 2-1 and miss out on the trophy. Vihiga Queens now turn their attention to the CAF Champions League in Egypt, where they have been pulled in Group B together with South Africa's Mamelodi Sundowns, Asfa Club of Morocco and River Angels of Nigeria.
Kidogo siwezi ongea kitu sawa yenye mafanya. Ni venye tu game ya kawaida tumedominate. Na venye tu nimesema mwanzo, luck ndiyo haikuwa side yetu sababu tumebisha na milanga haijafunguliwa.
It was not an easy fight. Na Vihiga, bear in mind they are the champions East Africa. So inakuwa big motivation for my girls. At least now they have that feeling they can. Tulikuwa prepare very well. We knew they are the champions and we knew the fight will not be that easy.
Group A of the Champions League will feature Wadi Degla of Egypt, Mande of Mali, Malabo Kings of Equatorial Guinea and Hasakas Ladies of Ghana. The tournament will be played from 5th to 19th of November.
Tokyo Olympics silver medalist Bridget Kosgei is optimistic of retaining her London Marathon title for the third time in a row when she takes on an elite field in this year's edition, set to be held tomorrow at the British capital, London. Kosgei category, Kenya's Evans Chebet will battle it out for the crown against defending champion Shura. Wishing them the best tomorrow in the London Marathon. The Kenya Paralympics team to the just concluded Tokyo Games wants the government to recognize and appreciate them just like other national teams that represent the country in international events. The team, which featured in the Games, paid a visit to nominated MP David Ole Sankok in Narok.
The team issued a document to nominated Member of Parliament David Ole Sankok and wants him to table it in Parliament. The team, led by Captain Rogers Kiprop, says the government does not recognize and appreciate them even after putting Kenya in glory during Tokyo Paralympic Games.
Mchezo wa Paralympic venye mmesikia ni kama itiliwi maanani sana katika nchi ya Kenya. Ni kama it is just an appendix. No function but exists nonetheless. Na Kenya tunajua ni ya kwamba hakuna medali ambao iko na disability. Ile medali ambao inashindwa na wala ambao hawana ulemavu na ile ambao inashindwa na watu ambao wako na ulemavu ni medali ambao ni dhahabu, itaweza kuwa ni bronze, itaweza kuwa ni silver. Na wakati ambao wameshinda medali ya dhahabu, bendera ya Kenya ikipeperushwa, whether ilishindwa na mtu mlemavu ama mwenye hana ulemavu, bendera ya Kenya haipeperushi nusu milongoti.
Touching zaidi since ni mlema mwenzetu. Sasa sisi kama walema tuna feel like anaelewa zaidi. So anaelewa zaidi zile mashida tunapitia.
Naomba serikali tukiwa na Sangok ya kwamba tunapokuwa tunaenda qualify time ya Olympic kama hivi sasa tunaelekea kuanza next year mwezi wa pili, ya kwamba apeleke bunge tulipwe kidogo zile medal ambalo tunaleta kutoka mahali pale.
Sema kwamba serikali ya Kenya kama wangeweza wangetusaidia kutusaidia kwetu kwa hii makrani ambayo ndogo ndogo ambayo nakimbia kuqualify kwenda Olympic na kwenda World Champion.
Nancy Chelagat was the only medalist in Team Kenya during the Tokyo Games after clinching a bronze medal in the women's 1500 meters T11 race. Frederick Muki for Legends Edition.
Mwoki, Channel 1's Mwoki with a story there. And locally on the Kenya Hockey Union held its first local tournament, the 5-a-side today at the City Park grounds as it prepares to resume its top-tier league action. The union had suspended its sporting activities after the outbreak of COVID-19 and is in process of finalizing its return to play protocols.
Kenya Hockey Union is yet to resume its top-tier sporting activities after disruption by COVID-19. The union has held its first 5s tournament for both men and women and will culminate on the 10th of this month. The tournament is set to usher in the return to the sport.
I hope that enough teams will have done the PCR test, because all teams that are participating here have negative PCR tests. So we are hoping that we'll get more numbers, and we were thinking of having a tournament outside Nairobi, probably in Mombasa, and then we now resume our league, probably before the end of the year.
7 men's and women teams are taking part in the championship, which is also geared towards preparing teams for the new league season. The hockey 5-a-side was introduced in 2014 by the world governing body. Kenya made its international debut in 2018 during the Africa Youth Games and the Youth Olympics in Argentina. Frederick Moki for Legends Edition.
The eagerly awaited Commonwealth bout pitting Kenyan Sarah Acheng against her Malawi Defence Force opponent Sarah Chisale will now be held on Saturday 16th of this month. The fight, which was to be held today, was called off after Chisale failed to travel to Nairobi yesterday for what KPBC term as a delay in getting a PCR certificate.
Commonwealth bout between Kenyan Sarah Acheng and Sarah Chisale of Malawi was rescheduled to 16th of this month. KPBC has now clarified that to avoid recurrence of the same hitch, boxing promoters who intend to organize fights have been put on notice.
Tunajua kwamba katika wave hii hapa ya pandemic ya corona mambo mengi hapo. Kwa hiyo kushindwa kulifanya pambano leo wachukulie kwamba ni kushindwa. Hapana, wachukulie kwamba ni mtihani wa majaribio, wajue next time watafanya vipi.
Commonwealth inaichezwa hapa mara 3. Hii ingekuwa ya 4. Hii ingekuwa ya 4. Na Commonwealth ni game nzuri, mtu akishinda hiyo belt ni mzuri. Belt ya Commonwealth inainua jina nchi na inainua jina boxer pia.
The African Commonwealth belt is vacant for now and is expected to be a fierce battle between the two boxers when they face each other because of their outstanding performance in previous fights.
And back to the international scene, Chelsea scored 2 late goals as Thomas Tuchel's side bounced back from consecutive defeats to beat Southampton and move top of the Premier League. Meanwhile, Andros Townsend's second-half equaliser earned Everton a deserved point against Manchester United at Old Trafford. Wolves defeated Newcastle 2-1. Watford lost 1-0 to Leeds United, while Burnley drew 0-0 with Norwich.
Fernandes, Cavani. And here comes Anthony Martial! Yeah, there is a little deflection as he's trying to find the room, which probably the way, so he has to kind of ignore all that, and brilliantly clinical sum this up. But Doucouré could switch it for Andros Townsend, who a little more than a year ago scored on super counter-attacking football. Went with his right, backed it, found the corner, power of him, and then away from Mina, set for Pogba. Sufficient whip.
Back to the international scene. Kalle Rovanperä retired from Rally Finland, his home round of the World Rally Championship, after a mistake on the special stage 10 on earlier today. Here is some of the action. Off the back of 2 victories from the past 2 gravel events in the WRC, Rovanperä was a heavy favorite for success on the local ground this week, but it never quite materialized. He had a decent opening leg, but did not manage to set a fast stage time, ending the first day in the 5th position overall. He lost more ground across Saturday morning as he dropped out of the fight for the win. Rovanperä was not the only one who retired, but Takamoto Kasuta and John Hultenen also retired after crashing out.
He lost his way in the darkness of stage 6 and tumbled 2 places. This Finn was driving the car that Oit had when he won this event in...
And we are back now to wind up, to wrap up this show with our sports diary from Barclay, where Liverpool and Manchester City will meet Anfield in the biggest Premier League game tomorrow. But it will be one of the 4 matches on the card where Liverpool will be without Trent Alexander-Arnold, who sustained injury during training. Alongside midfielders Thiago and Harvey Elliott, Pep Guardiola doesn't expect either Ilkay Gundogan or Alexander Zinchenko to return for Manchester City until after the international break. Our sports diary has tomorrow's International League fixtures with Barclay. And that's all we had for you for this sports edition, this Saturday evening's Legend edition. Topi Liambila winding up, and over now to Fayyaz to wrap up the show.
As usual, that was a great sports review from across the globe. That was Topi Liambila. And that's all from our newsroom. Join us next week at 9 p.m. for the Legends edition, only on KBC Channel 1. Our sign language interpreter for tonight was Lucy Maura. I am Fayyaz Qureishi. Have a good night.
Vera Beauty College. Vera Beauty and Fashion College, with branches in Nairobi, Eldoret, Thika and Meru. Did you know that we are a TVET approved institution? We offer courses in fashion design, interior design in soft furnishing, event decoration, flower arrangement, event planning, hairdressing, barbering and dreadlocks, beauty therapy, makeup, nail technology, spa massages, teaching skills, TOT, solo business management, and many more. Register now and visit our website on www.verabeautycollege.com. You can also call on 0725 923 550 Nairobi branch, 0728 087 689 Eldoret branch, 0722 227428 Thika branch, 0725 000 706 Meru branch. Vera Beauty and Fashion College, a TVET approved institution.
The most powerful story of all time continues to shape our world.
He will lead us to a new home. He has promised descendants as numerous as the stars.
Helps define who we are, how we live, how we love, how we struggle and overcome. This is the Bible.
Investigative series we've been waiting for. Our investigative journalists, Neema Doti and John Olo, have been hard at uncovering the corrupt dealings of business tycoon, Mr. Soloshi.
It is now a year since we started investigating Mr. Soloshi and keeping track of all his businesses. We can now confirm that one of his companies deals exclusively in selling elephant tusks, something he vehemently denies. But we have it all on record.
Hello. Yes.
Just wanted to be a great journalist.
Okay.
To do investigative stories.
Fine.
Uncover the evils of the world and hopefully change the world. That's all I wanted.
Follow me. Listen up. I don't want you to panic, but I just got word that your apartments have been broken into. You need to get out of town and lie low for a while.
What? Who's told you this?
My eyes and ears on the ground.
Why do we have to run away? We have hard facts against Soloshi.
It's not running away. Look at it as a 3-week vacation for all the great work you guys have done for us. Besides, it's all expenses paid by the broadcaster.
I don't get why we investigate stuff, then go to hide.
Please, if you stay in town, I will not be able to protect you. We've already booked your flights and all your staff is waiting for you at your new destination.
Where are you taking us?
Walls have ears. Just accept my surprise.
I don't like surprises.
Oh, come on. In case you even notice, it's for your own benefit. I've been to the place before. It's a nice place. You'll enjoy it.
I'll still need to get my own stuff.
That has already been taken care of.
You're not getting out of this, are we?
Unfortunately not. I can't afford to lose you. Look, by the time you guys come back, the guilty will be in jail and the heat will have died down. So come on, go and enjoy your vacation. The driver is waiting for you downstairs. Oh, one more thing. New phones, new SIM cards. We are the only 3 people that have those numbers.
It's only for 3 weeks. Look, if someone is able to track you, I cannot save you. Go and prepare. What are you doing? No laptops or any gadgets whatsoever. It's a holiday, remember?
Come on.
Excuse me, can you give us a minute, please? Listen, guys. These gadgets could be bugged and they might be used to trace your location. Bring them over, please. Come on. Phones. Phones. I'll keep them safe for you. I won't snoop, I promise. Oh, come on, cheer up. It will be a great holiday. Go and enjoy it. So come on, go. Enjoy. Hi. I wasn't expecting you.
Mind telling me who authorized that investigative expose?
I did.
Why didn't you run it through me?
Since when do I start running things through you?
There are some people you simply don't touch. Soloshi is one of them.
Come on, we are an independent broadcaster. We can expose anyone we want to expose.
According to the board, Soloshi is a friend of the company. You don't bite the hand that feeds you.
We don't need his food.
Not negotiable. Run via me. And why have you taken the journalist to lie low?
Was I supposed to run that through you as well, Madam Managing Editor?
No.
Good. Then you don't need to know.
You don't trust me.
It's not like that. It's nothing personal. Look, I'm just protecting my journalists, okay? And they deserve, the vacation.
Yeah. All expense paid for. Good night.
Yes, good night.
Actually meant a vacation.
Yeah.
Oh, good morning, Mr. and Mrs. Baraka. Welcome to home away from home.
Sorry.
Thank you very much. We, the Barakas, are very glad to be here. We were informed our luggage arrived before us.
Yes, it's in your suite. We hope you have a fabulous time. Your honeymoon suite awaits. He will show you to it.
Thank you. I'm sure Dan has a good reason for this.
Damn right he does. Mr. and Mrs. Baraka, my food. Unbelievable.
You will never believe this.
What? I'm not wearing dresses. He forces me to come here and now wants to take us somewhere.
There is no escaping this, Mrs. Baraka.
You're actually going to take this lying down, huh?
Truth be told, I was actually kind of exhausted, so a holiday is quite inviting. Relax.
I'm not sharing a room with the man.
So much for not sharing a room. We are on our honeymoon, remember?
Dan, I'm so going to kill you.
Relax. I won't bite.
What's this place? This place is expensive. This is insane.
Hey, please stop shouting for everyone to know you're not a couple. You will blow our cover, and then where will we go, Back to Nairobi, where we've already turned the heat on ourselves. It's only 3 weeks. Relax and enjoy.
During our exclusive investigative expose, President Kaunti Kasoto has issued a press statement and said that no one is immune to justice. Hence, the evidence given to his government alleging that the business tycoon is smuggling ivory will be considered and the case treated as any other case. That's all for tonight. Remember to visit our website for more news updates. I'm your host, Jan Asoto. Have a good night.
Wakili, what is this I hear about there not being enough evidence? That sick, guilty should be rotting in jail right now. Don't tell me to come down, you come down. You know this means my guys could get into trouble if he doesn't go in. Fine. No, you push them. You are dealing with me, not the managing editor. Those are my giants' lives on the line.
Here you are.
Thank you.
Could get used to this life.
What do you think is happening right now in Nairobi?
Soloshi has been arrested and is on his way to jail.
Then we're going home next week. How am I to live until then without my laptop?
Live a little. By the way, many women would give a lot to share a bed with a man like me.
And you're not my type. My husband will be a tall, dark, handsome, quench your thirst kind of guy.
Those only exist in magazine posters after they've been airbrushed.
Maybe not.
Mrs. Baraka, are you going to flirt with another man in my presence? And for your information, you look lovely in a dress. You should wear them more often.
I'm an investigative journalist, not a housewife. Do you think Soloshi would actually do anything to harm us?
I don't know, and I wasn't going to stay in town to find out. How about we just sit put and enjoy life for a minute, eh?
If only I had my laptop. Or there was network.
Do you know the meaning of sit put and enjoy life?
You know, I'm either too idle or my imagination is on overdrive. Do you know that guy who's wanted by Interpol?
There are so many guys being searched for by Interpol.
Do you want to know or not? I think that's Baduza Baduza, the guy wanted for bank fraud and money laundering. Don't look now, just look at the pool or something.
How can you tell under his sunglasses?
He had them off. Seriously.
If you don't want to enjoy this holiday, please don't spoil it for the rest of us, eh? I haven't gone for a holiday in over a year. This is quite relaxing.
Do you think I'm lying?
Honestly, I don't want to know. I just want to rest.
So if it's him?
Still don't want to know, please.